It's 5:30. This is WKYT This Morning. Lexington police are searching for a man who they say robbed two hotels armed with a kitchen knife. We'll have the latest on the investigation just ahead.
Also on WKYT, we have seen the devastating effects of the heroin epidemic, what it has had on Kentucky, and now the U.S. Justice Department is taking a nationwide stand.
And as they say, it's fun to stay at the YMCA. We're taking a closer look at the new YMCA coming to Lexington. That and your latest weekend weather forecast all coming up on WKYT This Morning.
This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning to you. Kentucky Morning Start right here on WKYT as we welcome you back at 5:30. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Andrea Walker. It is Friday, September 16th. We are halfway through the month.
Yes.
And at the end of the week. We've
Yes.
all said it's been a long one for some reason.
And you know, I've told you, I've talked to a lot of people who work in a lot of different
it's not just
areas.
us.
They all said, yeah, this has been a tough week. I don't know, maybe it was that there was a holiday last week.
Probably.
Busy time of the year, you know, folks getting things done between the start of school and the beginning of the holiday. Let's check in right now. Meteorologist Micah Harris is checking out weekend weather for us.
Yeah, and the weekend weather actually is not looking all that bad. There are some spots that could possibly, and I'm just saying possibly with the slightest chance, stay fully dry there for your Saturday. So that's really what we're going to focus in on. Who's going to be with the better chance of rain, who's going to be with the lesser opportunity. Frankfort at 68 degrees across 421. And Main Street looks pretty good this morning, 87 by the afternoon, with that couple of rumble of thunder in the forecast today. Now remember, most stay dry today. We just can't rule out a couple of rumbles. But the weekend, when does the rain move on in, and who has the lesser opportunity of rain? That's what we're going to focus in on. I'll show you that in your hour-by-hour forecast coming up.
Micah, we'll see you in just a few minutes with that. New this morning on WKYT, Lexington police are looking for a man who they say robbed two hotels just about 30 minutes apart overnight.
The first robbery happened at the Red Roof Inn off of Wilhite and Nicholasville Road. Here's a map showing you where that is. The second happened just a few minutes later at the Doubletree off of Richmond Road. WKYT's Mike Byer is live in Lexington with the very latest details. Good morning, Mike.
Good morning, Andrea. I'm at the Doubletree Hotel on Richmond Road. It's one of two Lexington businesses that were robbed last night, both happening within 30 minutes apart. Now, police think both robberies are connected. They tell us both suspect descriptions are very similar. It all began just after 11:30 last night. Police say this is when they were called to the Red Roof Inn on Wilhite off Nicholasville Road for a robbery. Police say the clerk of the motel told them a man entered the lobby with a kitchen knife and demanded money. The thief then got away with an undisclosed amount of cash. Police say the suspect is described as 5'6" with an average build and was wearing a blue shirt, a polka dot bandana over his face, and a hood over his head. And about 30 minutes after that robbery, the Doubletree Hotel on Richmond Road was robbed, also by knife point. Police say the clerk told them the man entered the lobby with a butcher knife and demanded money. Once again, the thief fled the scene with an undisclosed amount of cash. Police say the suspect in this robbery is also described as 5'6" with an average build. They tell us he was wearing a mask over his face as well. Now, police are still searching for the person or persons responsible. They're working to see if they can get surveillance footage to help them track down the suspect or suspects. Now, surveillance footage of these robberies that fortunately had no injuries reported, so that's the good news. Live in Lexington, Mike Byer, WKYT.
Thank you, Mike. We have seen firsthand the effects right here in Kentucky and up in parts of Ohio. The heroin epidemic, it's making the way through the region.
It's been terrible, you know, even a deadly wake, certainly with the fatalities from these overdoses. And now President Obama is pushing for a new plan to fight the deadly heroin and opioid addiction problem. WKYT's Lauren Miner is at our live desk with a look at the new plan. Lauren?
Good morning, Bill. Well, President Obama has created a new plan, like you said, to fight the deadly heroin and opioid addiction affecting so many American families. Heroin addiction kills almost 100 Americans every day. The Justice Department plans to call on law enforcement to identify the links between overprescribing doctors and distribution networks across the country. Health experts say the heroin epidemic is partially to blame on the rise in prescription painkillers. The sale of these drugs has since quadrupled since 1999, and so has the number of Americans dying from an addiction to them. Opioid deaths have jumped 200% from 2001 to 2014. Kentucky, Ohio, West Virginia, New Mexico, New Hampshire had America's 5 deadliest rates. Heroin use is also up 200%. The president spoke about the epidemic during a heroin summit in March.
The only way that we reduce demand is if we're providing treatment. and thinking about this as a public health problem and not just a criminal problem.
Attorney General Loretta Lynch spoke about the heroin epidemic and told USA Today, quote, "There is no magic bullet." Lynch is heading to Madison County in about 2 weeks. She will speak to students in Madison Central High School's auditorium. Guys, back to you.
All right, Lauren, thank you very much. An attack on a very, very serious issue here in the Commonwealth. Well, a Russell County mother who is charged with murder after her daughter's death has pleaded not guilty. Jessica Warner was arraigned just a few hours before the funeral for her daughter, Chloe. Police say she caused a crash that killed the 3-year-old last weekend, and they say Warner took meth before the crash. During parts of her arraignment, she appeared to be sobbing.
The battle between the University of Kentucky and the university's independent student newspaper, the Kentucky Colonel, continues. Michelle Chamberlain is at the alert desk with details. Good morning, Michelle.
Good morning. Today, a judge may rule on a motion by Andy Beshear that would allow the Attorney General to intervene in the case. Now, Beshear asked UK to allow his office to see the open records the university has refused to release. UK is suing the Kentucky Colonel, which wanted the documents related to a sexual assault investigation involving a former professor. Last night, 15 UK journalism and media faculty members asked President Eli Capilouto to apologize and drop the university's open records lawsuit against the Colonel. UK says releasing the documents would violate the privacy of the victims. The university says the disagreement will rightly be determined in court. Andrea?
Michelle, thank you. The University of Kentucky police say they plan to enhance security around the edges of campus. It comes after Lexington police say a string of sexual assaults in recent years in neighborhoods around the campus are likely connected. Police released a sketch of the suspect. Some UK students questioned why UK did not issue a safety alert about the assaults, the most recent of which happened late last month. UK police say the circumstances didn't warrant an alert, but say they did ask UK to consider sharing information with students. A state judge has denied Governor Bevin's request to block an expert witness's testimony about the University of Louisville's accreditation. Governor Bevin abolished and replaced U of L's Board of Trustees earlier this year. Attorney General Andy Beshear sued him, saying the order was illegal. Beshear's witness told the judge all of the state's public colleges and universities would have trouble keeping their accreditation if the governor was allowed to replace their boards at any time.
Now, 5:38 on WKYT this morning. The third person arrested in connection to the murder of a former Kentucky National Guard member is expected to head to court today. Justin Sloan was arrested yesterday, and he is facing multiple charges, including abuse of a corpse. Arson investigators with the Lexington Fire Department have also charged him with arson. Police say Trevor Dilger was shot to death over the Labor Day weekend before a man drove him out to a remote location in Lexington and set the car on fire. Police have also arrested Jeremy Harris and Christy Hanley in connection to the murder. A Whitley County pastor says a thief stole his church's van. Pastor James Helton says he noticed the van was gone when he drove up to the River's Edge Church Tuesday afternoon. He says the van has been having some mechanical issues for months, so he doesn't think the thief has made it very far. But so far the van has not been found. The pastor says he is praying for the person who took the van.
In Anderson County, officials are warning people about scamming homeowners. Sheriff's office says the scammers tell the homeowners there's a problem with their roof or gutters, or tell them they have a special blacktop. The scammers demand payment up front, then run away with the money. Police say the scammers are reportedly driving a red Dodge Ram pickup and a white Chevy truck with equipment in the back.
The Lexington Fire Department has launched some new protocols that are designed to better protect firefighters while they're working. Among those, firefighters will now swap out their dirty hoods for a clean one after fighting a fire. Firefighters wear the hoods under their helmets to help protect their head and face. But the hoods can also trap cancer-causing toxins. So that's one of the changes that they are making. Sounds like an important one. Well, we got an early look inside the new YMCA that is going to be opening up soon in the Hamburg area of Lexington.
They're excited about this one. Construction is nearly finished on the Whitaker family YMCA at Hamburg Place on Old Rosebud Road. It's named in honor of the family of Elmer Whitaker, the CEO of Whitaker Bank. YMCA leaders say this project has been 10 years in the making, and it has some features you won't find at otherwise.
Two-story water slide, three-turn water slide. There's also a smaller slide for the littler kids. Certainly play features in the outdoor spray ground area is an added feature.
Cool. The new Y also includes a wellness center, youth development wing, and exercise studios, among other features. It opens on October 2nd, right? Oh, excuse me, 23rd. I was jumping the gun on that, wasn't I? I'm too excited about those water slides.
A lot of people want to. It's exciting. Certainly that's coming along. You know, earlier you were doing the YMCA.
Well, you can't help yourself when you say that.
You got it. Okay. It's coming up on 5:41 Friday morning on WKYT. Let's get a look now at traffic, see what's going on out there. Here's a look at the region, and it is good. We have no reports of any problems. That nice harvest moon high above this morning as you guide yourself along. So early there's some light out there really to go by.
It sure is pretty. Now let's take a look at the Lexington-Fayette Urban County Government's live drive cam. We're looking at Harrodsburg Road and Corporate Drive, and things are slow on the roads, which is nice in this time of the day.
Yeah, no reports.
It's fun coming into work with no traffic.
It is. Friday afternoons always get pretty busy, so
they do.
Heads up on that, of course. WKYT this morning, live from Lexington with the latest. We're on the way with a lot more news here in just a moment.
An iconic part of a small Massachusetts town isn't going anywhere. The Saugusaurus is avoiding his own kind of extinction. That story coming up after Micah's forecast.
Like Bill was talking about that harvest moon, I'm going to be discussing that, give you full details, all you need to know about that before you head off to work, and your weekend forecast. Is it going to be full rain, or some of us may be dry? I'll have that coming up next.
Now, your hour-by-hour forecast with meteorologist Micah Harris.
We have heard of absolutely nothing there on the roadway, so there's good news for your traffic trouble spots. Just not seeing anything. So taking off early this morning, you're looking good. Lexington, 70 degrees as we're looking downtown. London, Corbin area, that looks pretty good across 75 there at 66 degrees. Moorhead out toward Rowan County. Good morning to you guys. And we're sitting there in Clark County, Winchester. Good morning to you as well. As we're looking just fine this morning, but afternoon, there's possibility and maybe a few isolated storms. Not a great chance, but the chance is there at least. I know some of us are needing some storms. Today, soccer, yeah, it's about the weekend possibility, though. It's going to be on and off on Saturday. Saturday, I would say the better opportunity is central zones. That's bluegrass area. That does include Lexington, north and west. But if you go southbound, you go into southern Kentucky, you guys may not see a great chance of rain. You guys actually, I put it a 30 to 40% chance of rain there for your Saturday. So you got the Black Gold Festival going on in Hazard. You got the half marathon going on in 5K down in Somerset. I would say take off. Just know you may have to dodge a couple of rumbles, but for the most part, most of us down south will have the better opportunity of not seeing a lot of rain. You'll get some big long breaks here and there in the action on Saturday. Sunday is your best chance to rain. There's no doubt about it. Watch this hour by hour. This is what I'm talking about. Here's Saturday morning. Saturday morning, if you're heading out and about, you got the Workout Anytime Peace Love Run. I'll be out there at Coldstream Park on Saturday. If you have any of those types of situations, just know Central North, you guys have a better opportunity of maybe seeing a possible passing shower or thunderstorm. And that goes for those neighborhood yard sales too. Keep that in mind. You want to have a tarp or maybe bring it in the garage. But heading in toward the afternoon, this is what I'm talking about. Here's 5 p.m. Check that out. Southern Kentucky, not a lot of rain there on Saturday. It's mainly central, north, and west. And then Sunday is when it's pretty widespread there on Sunday. Here's Sunday morning heading off to church. Doesn't look all that great. Into your afternoon, it starts to fade on away. Let's talk about this harvest moon we have going on. It's still 99% illuminated right now. So it's not 100% full moon just yet. That comes at 3:05 in the afternoon at 100%. So it's not going to be completely 100% there later on tonight, but it's still the harvest moon. Now, what that is the full moon coming closest to the fall equinox. That is the definition. And the reason why it appears reddish is because of the interaction with the atmosphere right there near the horizon. So you're getting all these pollutants, and that gives off that reddish hint. Best time to view it is right at sunset. look east. It'll be pretty cool right there. 7-day forecast. There is your look. Like I said, Saturday and Sunday, better opportunities of rain, guys. But southern Kentucky may get lucky there on Saturday, getting away from some of this rain.
Getting lucky in southern Kentucky.
They're probably glad to hear that, because a lot of times I think down there they feel like, well, we were the ones who got the rain.
Always, yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, that's right.
Bumps up against the mountains, you know. All right, thank you very much, Micah. Coming up on 548.
Well, one dinosaur in Massachusetts has been saved from extinction thanks to its connection to the community.
The dino's home and a miniature golf course was bought out by a land developer. Instead of putt-putt, there will be hotels and places to shop and eat, a real swanky place. Some locals were worried that the dinosaur would, well, you know, go the way of the dinosaurs. But the developer who bought the land also bought the big orange dinosaur and is promising to keep it on the property. So the landmark Saugosaurus there in Saugus, Massachusetts, is going to stay right where it belongs. That'll probably be an attraction as well, you know.
Well, sure, and you know how people get connected to those, those random things in your town. You're like, oh, you know, the dinosaur over at, you know, so-and-so. Right. That's just one of their landmarks. It's good they're keeping it.
Local lore there. All right, well, good deal. The dinosaur stays.
I know. Good for him. Well, coming up, you'll get the stories making news at this hour.
Our team is busy this morning covering several stories for you. We'll have that. Also, we'll check traffic again. We have some health news and a lot more, and it sure is good to have you with us here on WKYT this Friday morning. Good morning. Welcome back into WKYT this morning. We're so glad you're up and at it with us, bright and early on your Friday, 5:52.
Let's make it a good one.
Yeah.
Now let's take a look at some of the stories we're working on for you at this hour.
Our news team busy right now covering this. Lexington police are looking for a man who they believe robbed two hotels just 30 minutes apart overnight. The first robbery happened at the Red Roof Inn off Will Height at Nicholasville Road, and the second happened, again, just a few minutes later at the DoubleTree off of Richmond Road. Police say the man was armed with a knife at both locations, and they say no one was injured.
President Obama has created a new plan to fight the deadly rise in heroin and opioid addiction. The Justice Department plans to call on law enforcement to identify the links between overprescribing doctors and distribution networks across the country. Kentucky has one of America's top 5 deadliest overdose rates. That's a scary statistic, isn't it?
It really is.
I believe it. Yeah. In politics, Donald Trump's campaign is trying to shut down speculation that he still thinks President Obama was not born in the U.S.
Trump's campaign released a statement late last night signaling that he is no longer a birther, a belief that he has held for years. Earlier in the day, Hillary Clinton had criticized Trump for once again refusing to say that the current president was born here. This was during an interview with the Washington Post. It was the Democratic nominee's first day back out on the campaign trail after a 3-day break to recover from pneumonia.
Here's an interesting study for you. A female hormone may protect women from the worst effects of the flu. That tops your morning health headlines.
Researchers from Johns Hopkins also found that progesterone appears to reduce inflammation and help repair damaged lung cells. Progesterone is found in most forms of hormone-based birth control.
Well, Ron Howard takes on the Beatles, plus a look behind the scenes at the Emmys.
And a rock and roll legend makes a rare appearance. Suzanne Marquez has your eye on entertainment.
Bruce Springsteen will make his first appearance on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert next week. The rock legend is discussing his upcoming autobiography and spoke with CBS's Sunday Morning about his personal journey.
I believe every artist had someone who told them that they weren't worth dirt, and someone who told them that they were the second coming of the baby Jesus, and they believed them both. And that's the fuel that stirs the fire.
Springsteen's memoir, Born to Run, will be on sale later this month. Director Ron Howard explores the early years of the Beatles in a new documentary.
Eric, here is the American public. I'm John. You're John.
The film features rare footage from the 1960s when Beatlemania was at its height.
All the screaming and the craziness was coming in at the same time as all the success, which is what we wanted, so we couldn't complain. But it got out of hand. And the story is that in the end, it kind of forced us off the road.
The Beatles, 8 days a week, the touring years, hits theaters today and will be available on Hulu Saturday.
This is where the bling is for the Primetime Emmys. Stars are dropping by to pick out their sparklers.
Organizers brought us to the secret location in Beverly Hills, where nominees are invited to visit with their stylists before Sunday's show. And that's your Eye on Entertainment. Suzanne Marquez, CBS News, Los Angeles.
All right, let's get a check this hour on today's traffic trouble spots, if there are any, with live drive
That's
traffic.
Right. Hope there aren't, but let's take a look out there now at coming up on 5:56. Here are the current travel times into Lexington, again under that beautiful harvest moon this morning. As you see there, we have normal times, no problems really. Everybody clicking right along here on your early Friday morning.
Looking good. Here's a look at the Lexington Fayette Urban County Government's live drive cam at Tate's Creek and Alumni. Things moving very smoothly, and that is good. I think people do need to get out and look at that harvest moon, especially the kids. Oh, they love it.
You owe it to yourself. I mean, you can almost read by it. You know,
It's
the lights
beautiful.
is really shining down this morning. It's a good deal. All right, let's check in with Micah as we head into the 6 o'clock hour. He'll be telling us what's happening with weather.
Yeah, and it looks like you'll be able to view that harvest moon later on this evening off into the night, too. So you have plenty of time. Moorhead at 68 degrees there in Rowan County. All looks well across the roadways. Have not heard of any problems. Nice feel early this morning, and then we head towards your afternoon. 82 degrees there by noontime. So you have a mixture of sun and clouds, not all that bad. But afternoon, evening, I'd say anytime from 3 p.m. to about midnight is when you start to see a couple of rumbles of thunder slide on in here. Now, this is not a complete washout, but it could affect some of our high school football games. Keep that in mind. If you're about to take off, have a great day and a great weekend. If not, stick with us because we have another hour of WKYT News coming up in just about 2 minutes.